What if we could take a virus and use it to cure disease? I know, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But this is real, and it's a revolutionary technology that is changing medicine as we speak. Today, we're diving into AAV gene therapy, a mind-blowing technique that literally reprograms viruses to fix our bodies from the inside out. You know, for most of modern medicine, we're just managing symptoms. But what if we could go deeper? What if instead of just treating the effects of a disease, we could go straight to the source? That tiny error written into our DNA, and just fix it? This isn't a hypothetical anymore. This is the incredible promise of gene therapy. So this has been the dream for over 40 years. For so many diseases, especially those caused by a single faulty gene, we know exactly what the problem is. So a genetic fix sounds simple enough, doesn't it? Well, the real challenge wasn't figuring out what to deliver, but how in the world to get it there safely. The first place scientists looked, it was kind of obvious. They looked to nature's own experts at getting into our cells, viruses. They're masters at delivering genetic material. But the first attempts, using really powerful viruses like adenovirus, had a huge, huge flaw. Our immune system saw them coming and just went into full-on attack mode. It was a massive counterattack, and in a few tragic cases, it was fatal. That was a major setback, and it meant the field had to find a much, much safer delivery vehicle. And that search for a safer ride led them to this. Well, this unlikely hero. A tiny, super unassuming virus that was actually first discovered as just a lab contaminant. It's called adeno-associated virus, or AAV for short. And it turned out to be the absolute key to unlocking gene therapy. So what's the big deal with AAV? Well, the key thing, and this is huge, is that it doesn't seem to make us sick. It's not pathogenic. So think of it less like a dangerous invader and more like a biological FedEx package. It's this tiny protein shell that's perfectly designed to protect and deliver its precious cargo. And scientists realized they could hijack that ability for an amazing purpose. Okay, so how do you actually tame a wild virus and turn it into a medicine? Well, it's pretty brilliant, actually. You basically just hollow it out. You take a normal AAV and you remove all of its own viral genes, the stuff that lets it copy itself. Then, in that empty space, you load in your therapeutic cargo, a healthy working copy of a human gene. At that point, it's not really a virus anymore. It's a delivery particle. It's a really elegant process when you break it down. You start with that protein shell, called the capsid. Then, you completely gut the inside, taking out all the viral DNA. Step 3, you load it up with the corrected human gene. And that's it. You've got your engineered AAV, ready to go to work. All right, so we've got our perfect delivery vehicle. Job done, right? Not even close. Because getting it into the human body, that's like sending it through a gauntlet. Our body has an insanely sophisticated security system, and trying to get past it presents 3 massive hurdles that scientists have to clear. So let's break these hurdles down. First and foremost, you've got the immune response. Can we even get past the body's guards? Second, there's hitting the right target. Can we make sure the package gets delivered to the exact right address and not somewhere else? And finally, you have this massive manufacturing puzzle. Can we even make enough of this stuff? And that immune challenge, it is massive. I mean, just look at this number. Because AAV is a common virus that floats around, many of us have already seen it before. And that means more than half of the entire population already has antibodies ready to find and destroy this therapy on site. It can be game over before the treatment even has a chance to work. See, our immune system is incredibly good at its job, but it's not exactly subtle. It doesn't care if a virus is there to help you. It sees a virus, it attacks, period. The tragic story of Jesse Gelsinger back in a 1999 trial was a really harsh lesson for the entire field. It's why AAV's safer profile is so important, but it shows why outsmarting our own immune system is still the #1 challenge. And okay, let's say you get past the immune system. You're still not done. That AAV needs the right key, the right proteins on its surface to unlock only the specific cells you want to treat. And on top of that, there's the manufacturing headache. When you make these things, you can get a lot of empty shells that don't have the gene inside. Making sure you have a pure batch of full particles is a huge challenge. Okay, so those challenges are pretty significant, right? But this is where things get really cool. This is where the brilliant innovation starts to happen. Instead of just using the AAVs that nature gave us, scientists are now actively engineering them, designing smarter, better versions that can outwit our body's defenses. So let's just circle back to that main problem. How in the world do you sneak a therapeutic virus past a security system that's been training for millions of years to destroy exactly that? How do you create a stealth virus? One of the most powerful answers is a technique that sounds like something out of science fiction: directed evolution. Scientists create these massive libraries of AAVs with millions of tiny little variations. Then they put them to the test in animal models to see which ones are the best at dodging the immune system and finding their target. You're basically hitting fast forward on evolution to create the perfect delivery vehicle. Then there's another, more targeted approach. Instead of just rolling the evolutionary dice, scientists are now strategically redesigning that outer shell, the capsid. By changing its structure, they can literally change the address label on the package. This lets them create AAVs with totally new skills, like targeting the heart, or even doing something once thought impossible: crossing the blood-brain barrier to deliver treatments directly to the brain. And does this stuff actually work? Oh yeah, the results are absolutely dramatic. Just look at this. A natural AAV, maybe it gets the job done for 20% of the cells in a target tissue. But an engineered one, we're talking 85% or even higher. That means lower doses, safer treatments, and a much better outcome. And this is the most important part. This isn't just a cool science experiment anymore. This is happening now. These incredible engineered viruses are making the leap from the lab to real life, resulting in treatments that are helping patients today. I mean, just take a look at a few of these examples. For hemophilia B, you got an AAV that homes it on the liver to deliver the missing clotting factor gene. Then there's spinal muscular atrophy, a devastating disease where an engineered AAV crosses that blood-brain barrier to save nerve cells. And for a type of inherited blindness, a direct injection into the eye can actually restore people's sight. It's just incredible. So the takeaway here is huge. We've really crossed a major threshold. What was once just a dream in a lab is now a clinical reality. This is a fundamental shift in medicine, from just managing a disease for a lifetime to potentially a one-and-done cure. It's giving hope to families who, not long ago, had none. Think about that for a second. We've taken a common virus, an ancient foe, and we've re-engineered it into one of our most powerful new allies in the fight against disease. And this is just a beginning. As these tools get smarter, safer, and more precise, the real question is, what impossible disease will we cure next?